Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my co-host, Vetta, and sister, Vetta.
Hi, guys.
And on this episode, we have a special guest, Miss Sassy Sasquatch. Sorry, I'm saying that all drinks are involved, ladies and gentlemen. But Sassy, how are you doing?
I am good, and do not apologize every Sunday when I have to say welcome to Mrs. Sassy Sunday stream. I screw it up every time, so it's okay.
You're just sitting in the mirror, Mrs. Sassy Sunday.
Oh my gosh, it's a lot. So yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to talk about this movie. I rewatched it the other night and went, oh, I have seen this before.
Right on, yeah. Speaking of the movie, you guys, so our theme for this month is games and movies and everything. So we are doing the movie Game Night. But before we get started on the review and having our little chit chat about it, we are going to ask the most important question of the night, and that is, what are you drinking? So we're going to start off with our guest, Miss Sassy Sasquatch. What are you drinking?
I am my fourth margarita in because, as we all know, tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, it is.
So I decided to get one of those bottles of tequila with the margarita mix already mixed together to make it easier to get drunk quicker.
Right on. Yay.
Yes.
All right, Betta, what are you drinking?
So I am on my second blue train, and I found a website that makes drinks to pair them up with games. So for this drink, it says to play like Mexican Train, Ticket to Ride. There was a couple other. I've had drinks, so I don't remember, like Mystery Train, and pretty much any game you can think of that has trains in it. I'm not a big train person because my children are much older, but
who's a train person?
It's delicious. There are train people out there.
Really, I've never met him before. I'm a train guy, just love trains.
I wanted to try to find the drink that I didn't know it was drink themed until I talked to Vex, and I was trying to think of the two drinks that they ordered at the bar, and I know she did a gin and tonic, but I couldn't remember his.
Well, speaking of which, I am drinking what he is having, and that is a Harvey Wallbanger.
That's it.
Right on. And this is it's just basically, it's vodka. It's this Galliano liqueur. It's got a big fancy Italian word after. It's like blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the shit is hard to find. I'll tell you right now. You can't just walk into a liquor store and find and ask for it because they don't have it or whatever. You got to go find somebody, like, get a treasure map to it. And then orange juice.
He's buying alcohol out of a van in a shady ass.
I wish so. That would have gone great with this movie and just like a fun story. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So now to wrap up this movie just really quickly. So this movie is about a group of friends. With the two main people are Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams, which are Annie and Max, and they are a married couple, and they are very competitive, and they get a once a week game night going. And then one week, Max, his brother, comes, who's super cool, and he sets his own game night up for the following week, and it's a murder mystery kidnapped one, and he gets kidnapped, but really he gets really kidnapped, and they all think it's fake, and then finally they realize it's real, and fun shenanigans ensues. Now, I was going to ask before we got started also if you had seen the movie, but Sassy, you mentioned you just rewatched it, and on your rewatch, was it better than the first time?
It was. I think it was equally as funny. It was funny because the second time I watched it, I went in going, I don't think I've ever seen this, and then each part I was like, oh, I remember this. So yeah, it was funnier the second time because I think I watched it by myself. And here's the thing, I am hearing impaired, and so I had the captions on, so I bet you I caught more things the second time
Gotcha,
around.
right on.
But yeah, it's a fun watch. It is a fun watch. It definitely makes you want to get into a game night for sure.
For sure. And then Vetta, had you rewatched it? When was the last time you saw it?
I think I saw it when it came out. I actually think we went on a date night to go see it. Yeah, I love it because I am Annie. I am super competitive. That is the family.
About to ask you.
Yeah, that is the family that we live in. when we get together for holidays, we play games. But I am married to someone who is not a game person. Like, I play video games, I play card games, I love board games. And my husband, not so much. He's
Right
like,
on.
well, let's play Scrabble. And then I start drinking because I'm like, I can't spell. But then I win because apparently alcohol unlocks this amazing spelling part of my brain.
Alcohol unlocks everything.
And
And
I
everything.
become a freaking genius, and it pisses him off. So he does not like to play games.
All right. Well, I'll ask you another question before we're not even reviewing this movie. We're just talking about stuff. Yeah, Sassy, are you a game player and are you competitive?
Actually, okay, so here's true story. So I'm sure Vetta will know this, but when you have to go to baby showers and wedding bridal showers and all that stuff, they always want you to play games. And I absolutely despise that part of game playing. But I tell you right now, I will whoop my husband's ass at the arcade at the basketball game and think nothing of it. So I
Right
do
on.
like games, but I don't like the games that are the silly games that come with bridal showers. Like, I refuse to have any games at my baby shower or my wedding shower because they were silly. But I think if the competition is good, like, I think it depends on the game, if that makes sense.
No, that does make sense.
That's how I know she's a different level of competitive, because
Yeah.
I go to a bridal shower and a baby shower and I hate the games, but I'm
Thank
still
you.
gonna fucking win.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's right. She's
yeah,
right.
I am not like I don't play video games or anything like that, but when it comes to board games, I'm all like, I'm in it to win. You know what I'm saying? And if
Yeah.
I don't, like, and I'm a shit talker too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all like, you are.
I am too.
Yeah, like
I am
I'm
too.
like when you're playing Clue, like, you guessed Mrs. White, you were so dumb. Anyways, so and then if I lose,
That's
I'm all
a
like,
family thing too, because think about all of us siblings when we're together playing games
Yeah,
and
be like-
mom's all in the living room going, be nicer.
yeah, be like,
and we're
oh,
like,
you done
"No."
fucked up, stupid. You done fucked up.
Yep.
Oh, don't say that about your brother. Remember, he couldn't read till the second grade.
Right.
Yep.
If you ever have the opportunity, I mean, we're gonna try to
Yeah,
get our
well,
mom
yeah,
on,
we
but
should.
she
We
totally
yeah,
will
she's
say
the
stuff
best.
like
Yeah,
that.
I love her. Okay, so real quick, let me get my last two questions out so we can get into reviewing this movie. Okay, I want to know, you guys, have you guys ever bought a 3-for-1 Tostitos chips?
I was really looking for that deal. I'm like, you know what? If that exists, I need to find it. So
Yeah,
no, I've never been lucky enough.
After the rewatch, I forgot about that, and I was like,
Me too.
that's a great deal. I want that deal.
So
Vetta.
did you guys watch at the end when it does like
Yeah.
cutscene at the end? He has a letter on his
Yes.
bulletin board from Tostitos that says that is not a deal we have ever
Right,
offered.
Yep.
right on.
Yep.
And he's got it highlighted. I'm like, oh man, he was in this for the long
Right on.
game for
Yeah,
sure.
he was.
Right. All right, last question, then we'll talk about this movie. Okay, have you guys ever done one of those murder mystery or one of those, like, where you get actors to play a part in the mystery that you're trying to solve?
I will
Sassy?
tell you that for one of my birthdays years ago, I was really into the murder, like, mystery, not murder mystery, but murder podcasts. I was listening to them a lot and reading. I mean, I still read the books, but I did try to look one up to do for, like, my birthday. I never have, but I want to do one so bad. So bad.
And Vetta, have you done one?
I've never done one. I have wanted. There is this like board game company that they will send you, like, you can sign up for like bi-weekly, monthly, whatever, but they'll send you a murder mystery in a box, and it's for 2 to 20 people or something like that, and you can sit down and play one with all of the evidence and everything. And I thought that would be fun, but again, I don't know if I could do one in person because I'm the worst person to go into an escape room with as well, because I'm like, oh, nope, we need to do this. Nope, you're wrong. Nope, we need to do this.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard of that company before too, and I've actually considered it, and I'm like, I don't know, that sounds like a lot of work, but it definitely is something that if somebody put together and invited me, I would so love to go.
Yeah.
So I have done one of these before. I've done two before.
Oh, wow.
They're super.
Oh.
Yeah, when you get the actors. We have this thing. I live in this city where there's this
You
company.
live in a city? Shut the fuck up.
I said this city. Okay, you know what? But I found it fun. They give you this binder, and you read through like what happened, like who died.
FBI dossier.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. And then you have all the people, the actors, they're walking around, and you get to ask them questions, and then you get to go back to your little team and tell them what you found out and everything.
Oh.
And then you get to, but I found it super fun, and you can hire them, but they're crazy expensive, and it's like,
I know, that's the problem.
yeah, it's like it's so expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
So now on to this movie. Now that we had our little social talk. Okay, so on to this movie, you guys. All right. So first off, I have to just say, I don't know about you guys. I really loved this group of people that they brought. They had the guy that just kept bringing the hose, and I loved him 100%. My favorite, it's like my second favorite scene is when he's with that woman at the company that they hire, and he's sliding her the dollar bills and everything.
God.
I was just like, please just keep sliding her ones, please, Jesus. And
No, I was like, where are the coins?
Oh, that would have been so good.
His pocket was like 51 cents and sliding the
that would have been so good.
That was awesome.
I think I'm going to do that from now on, no matter what it is. Like, if you go to, like, Barnes & Noble, you're like, hey, do you guys have, To Kill a Mockingbird? No, we're all out of that. I'm just going to be like, how about now? and just see what they say.
Just pull out your coin purse.
Yeah, just put $1 on the thing, just slide it over, be like, how about now? And I love how with the last dollar, he was like slowly just, like, dancing it across the table and everything. And, so, yeah. Okay, so and then I loved. Okay, so this was a running gag throughout the entire movie, and I kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because this was my favorite part of the whole movie. Okay, the black couple. I love that they fought the entire movie. Well, not the entire movie, about how she had slept with a celebrity, aka Denzel Washington. And he was trying the whole movie to get it out of her. And then when she finally told him, I was like, because on the rewatch, because I had watched it when it first came out, and then for this episode, I had rewatched it and everything, and I was like, did she sleep with Denzel Washington? I kind of forgot that. But when he showed the picture of Denzel Washington,
oh my God,
I laughed so hard because I was like, that is not Denzel Washington.
I literally said to my husband, oh, she needs to have her eyes checked.
Yeah.
Spent the whole night with him and didn't have a clue.
Yeah, Sassy, what did you think when you first saw the picture? Did you think it looked like Denzel Washington?
No, not at all. And I felt bad for her because, like, she was like, oh, yeah. And, like, he said something about he couldn't pay for dinner. And then he went back to, like, this 2-bedroom condo. And, like, everything. There were so many red flags that it was not Denzel. And she just was, like, not seeing it at all. I felt so bad for how naive she was.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel bad for her because that is because like I just love the look on the husband's face when he realized that it wasn't Denzel, and he's like, oh, you're a dirty hoe.
So this is my whole thing. What? He was super mad and like, who was it? But then when he finds out it's not Denzel Washington, he's not so mad anymore. And he was like, well, didn't you ask him his name? And she goes, no, I just said I know who you are. That guy is like, I just hit the jackpot. I've never met this woman before in my life. She's going to sleep with me and doesn't even want to know my name.
Yeah.
Right on. For everything.
Yep.
Right on. Another, yeah, which, by the way, real quick, have you guys ever, well, you've never slept with a celebrity, have you? Anybody? No?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Have you guys ever met a celebrity?
Yes, I met, Ricky Schroeder.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
If you guys know who he is from, I'm.
Spoons.
Thank you. Oh, good girl. You know.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, he was my biggest crush when I was a kid, and I loved him from Silver Spoons, and I met him at a Walmart, and then my husband and I met Brian Adams coming home from our honeymoon.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right on. Well, okay, so I've met 2 celebrities in my life. One was Anderson Cooper. Don't really count it. Met him on a plane going to Africa. Anyways.
Okay.
But the one that I absolutely love, and I tell everybody all the time that I met Jennifer Garner and everything.
I
So
love her.
this is my story. Okay, when I say I met Jennifer Garner, this is seriously what happened. But I tell people all the time, I met Jennifer Garner and everything. Okay, so I don't know why she was here in the city. I think there was a 50 Cent movie being filmed at the time, so I don't know if she was in it or why she was here, but she was here. Okay, so I'm standing at a crosswalk, and I'm ready to cross the street, and she just standing next to me. Because I had a friend that was in the movie. She was an extra. It wasn't that big a deal. But she stood next to me, and I'm just like so stupid. I just look over and I was just like free. As soon as I saw her, I was freaking out on the inside. I was like, oh my God. So I just go, I love your movies. And she was like, thank you, and everything. And then we just walk across the street. And so that was our interaction. But I make it sound like it's way more like I met Jennifer Garner. She is like the nicest person on the planet.
She's so fucking adorable.
She is adorable.
I love her.
Yeah, and she looks so good in person. Like, or at least she did when I met her. She was so good.
No, she still looks good. Oh my God.
I love her. Do you guys like watch her like TikToks or whatever? She like makes bagels and shit. And I'm like, get the hell out of here, you fucking do-gooder. Anyways,
and then she's on the farm making like helping her animals. And
I'm like, exactly. Like,
look
at you.
Love you.
Yeah, look at you homesteader and everything. So, okay, so going back to so I wanted to also talk about Max and his brother, their like relationship. Like, I kind of understood it, but at the same time, I'm all like, Max, you're like married and you're like trying to have a family and everything. You're way cooler than this asshole.
And he's way hotter too. I think Jason Bateman is better looking, in my opinion.
Oh, right on. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't fuck him, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. But
I know.
Well, that's an odd thing for you to say.
I'd fuck the brother. The brother's hot.
I mean, he's cute too, but if I had to, I don't know. I just think Jason Bateman isn't like
he's a lot funnier
terrible.
For sure.
Yes.
He's so funny. Okay, so I loved the scene where so he invites him to his house to have this game night, right? And he's like,
right.
I'm up in the ante on the game night and everything, and they're all sitting there. Eating cheese and crackers, which I want to try that cheese, whatever it was. And the actors come in to kidnap his brother, right? I don't remember his brother's name. Anyways, so Brooks, yeah, what a dumb fucking name. Okay. And comes in and they start beating the shit out of him. I love how everybody just sat there and watched. I would have done the same thing. I'd be like, go ahead, Sassy.
I ask you though, why the hell, this is when I was watching it, I go, why the hell is Brooks not calling out? Can somebody help me, please? Help. Right,
It
was weird to me that he just stood there and got his ass kicked, and I would have been like, dude, this is not part of the plan. Somebody help me. But he just kept taking it.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, I just loved how he was just like literally destroying his house, and they're just like fine with it. Like, I'm all like, if it was like a little bit of a struggle, I'd have been like, oh, this is so crazy. But no, it was literally like they were just beating the shit out of it and destroying everything.
Remember?
That's true. They destroyed
and
they destroyed everything but those tables. The glass tables. I have a feeling my glass table would break if I jumped on it. But
mine too.
Yeah. I remember the one guy's like, man, glass tables are not moving up. The one thing about the fight that I found odd was when they were fighting, it does like an outdoor looking into the house montage of every room in the house. I'm like, are they trying to sell this house? What is happening? Why are we going into the kitchen and the study?
Maybe State Farm had that's not a realtor company. Okay, anyways, so maybe an insurance company had like they bought a spot into this. Anyways, okay, so another scene. I'm just going by scenes that I wrote down that I wanted to talk about. If you guys want to talk about anything else, you just jump in. Okay, so I want to talk about they go into the bar and. The bar scene isn't really what I talk about, although I really loved when Rachel McAdams is all like, get on the ground, motherfuckers, and she's got the gun and she's like playing with it. I'm just like, this is so good. I'm loving every minute of this. I love Rachel McAdams. She's so cute and everything. And she's got the gun and she's just like, what am I gonna do? Shoot myself? Oh, look at that. And she's like taking pictures or whatnot. Okay, so Jason Bateman's character gets shot, right?
Yes. Yep.
And they decide they're going to go and take the bullet out.
Oh my
right?
God, this was one of my favorite part of the movies. I'm
And
sorry.
yeah, I love she gets him a dog chew toy, right? And he puts it in his mouth, and when he I laughed so hard. Like I had to pause it so I could stop laughing. But he puts it in his mouth, and then she's digging his dog, he's like and everything. I laughed so fucking hard. It was so good. You guys love this scene?
I love the part where they were both like, she was going, and he goes,
All right,
And the guy walks by.
Which I just want to say, I'm in that vein. Me and blood do not mix. If I see blood, my gag reflex, I have a weak constitution. So
but
if
I have
see,
to say, how put together she was trying to stick that bullet out. She's like, I got this, is no problem. And she's like,
yeah. What did she say? She's like, I got you a nice Chardonnay because they didn't have alcohol.
But that was really
way to
funny.
pivot. Way to pivot. He says, it's so good.
Yeah.
I love when she hits the bone and she
Oh my God, that was so gross. She's like, yeah, I think that's bone. And they're like,
and then he starts looking at his arm. It's like that's the bone.
I love their humor. Like they mesh so well together. Their chemistry on screen was so good. They were so good together.
Yeah, so good. I really hope we get a sequel because this movie was just. But I don't even know how they would do a sequel. But
they left it. Well, we'll get to that part. But they left it. I didn't realize how much they left it open at the end.
Which I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't know what they could do for a sequel, but at the same time, I would. Oh, you know what they could do for a sequel? That rich guy's all pissed that they stole his egg.
That's true.
Which I want to talk about that at some point in time.
But
we
the
can
two guys at the end,
yes,
those are the two felons that Gary hired.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, which okay, never mind. We can talk about Fight Club later, but I want to talk about Gary, okay?
That was
because
funny too.
yeah. Now I don't know about you guys. I really liked Gary. I mean, he was weird, but at the same time I'm all like, I don't know. I wouldn't have been like, no, Gary, you can't come to game night. I would have been like, yeah, come to game night, Gary.
Yeah,
you're weird.
I would have too.
And I would have been like, and if Gary, what did he say at the end when he was like, when he had the little crying, it was like a picture of a man crying. And what was the movie?
It was Green Mile.
Green Mile. And I was just,
yes.
See, and me personally, I would have just been like, Gary, you're such a freaking weirdo. Sit down and everything. Nobody knows what you're talking about, you crazy. And everything.
Yep.
Be like, now we know why Dolores left you. What was her name? I don't remember.
Debbie.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Which
See,
Debbie
I would turn
wasn't
Gary
that hot.
into a drinking game. I'd be like, all right, guys, it's game night. Gary's the drinking game. Every time he says, Debbie, you got to do a shot.
Right,
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be good. We'd all be drunk anyway. So,
That's the point of a drinking game.
Nice. Okay. So, Gary. Okay, first off, I don't know why he was obsessed with the Tostitos. Like, you bought 3 bags of Tostitos. I don't know about you guys. I buy like 2 or 3 bags of Tostitos. You can
They're
never.
always like 2 for $5 or 2 for $7.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not 3 for 1. I'll tell you that. But which his logic is sound when he's all like, how could they possibly make a profit at 3 for 1? I was like, that's it. That's actually good. That's actually good.
Yeah.
Your story's already not tracking, asshole. Because I at the same time I'm like, I told my wife at the same time, I go, why didn't they just say it was buy one get one free? But we just love Tostitos, and everything. Who
because that wouldn't have been as funny, I guess.
That's true. Yeah, that's.
Or they could have
you're
said
right.
there was a 4th bag in the bottom.
Yeah, for sure.
Got 4, I don't know.
So and then So Gary, okay, so I love when they go to his house because they need to get on his computer
Oh my God,
to
what
get
a
in the
mess.
database, which I was all like, when they said that, I was like, I totally forgot about they got into the database.
Yep.
And okay, so first off, when they're chit chat and everything, when they do for his, can we talk about his shrine to Debbie?
Oh, it was very
Like,
pathetic. Poor
Don't
thing.
yeah, I know, right? And I don't know about you, but I love my wife. Don't get me wrong, I love my wife, and I don't feel like we're not gonna get divorced anytime soon, and everything. But if we did get a divorce, I know that I would 100% not have a shrine like a total psycho to her. I'd just be like, maybe a picture somewhere.
I feel like he has a shrine as if she's dead, not divorced.
That's an excellent point. We have not seen Debbie since, you know.
We should question the whereabouts.
We should. Maybe that's number 2. We have to find Debbie and everything. So he finds, and then Jason Bateman drips blood onto the dog.
Oh
right?
my God!
Which I just want to say, Annie must not have done a good job of sewing up the exit wound. Right?
Which I loved. I love real quick going back to the bullet removing scene. I love how they're like, oh, it went straight through, and I'm like, assholes, check that shit out first, like, like
before you start digging around.
Yeah. So okay, and then I love how Jason Bateman keeps wiping off the blood. I'm all like, what is it like? Like it's like soda and water or whatever to get blood out, and I'm like, I don't know, but who doesn't carry around a Tide pen? You know what I'm saying? You Tide pen that shit. I would have just kept dabbing that dog.
He doesn't have a purse to throw that in. I mean, I can dig around and be like,
that's a good point, because maybe he'd just been like, hey Rachel, you got a Tide pen? I just need it for 2 seconds, you know. But though I love it, and I just love how the dog was just like licking the blood like and everything, so gross and everything. But yeah, I felt bad for the dog, but at the same time, it was so funny because I just love how he just like, he's like, oh, I made it worse. I'm like, you did. You made it so much worse. You would have been just better. Just let the little droplets just stay on the dog. Like, just let that. Maybe it would harden. And you could just cut it off later on. I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was good.
Because Gary didn't know he'd been shot. So
right on. And then moving to the end credit scene, Vetta, you mentioned that beforehand. I'm not gonna lie, I loved Gary's commitment to game night. Like, he really wanted to be friends.
Game night.
Like, he really wanted to, I don't know about you, but I kind of thought it was sweet. It was weird, but it was sweet. Like, he's like, I really want to be friends with these cool kids, and they won't let me be friends because Debbie doesn't love me anymore. And I'm all like, and yeah, I know, right? And I'm all like, that's not fair that Debbie doesn't love him anymore and everything.
But remember, Debbie was their friend. He was just the creepy husband.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, right.
I wonder why they got a divorce. Like,
me too. I want a prequel.
God, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. Yeah, that'd be so good. I would like that too, because I really was like, because I was like, I wonder why they got a divorce. I mean, I get that Gary's weird, but like, you know,
she had an affair with her therapist.
That's what I was thinking. An affair. Okay, so now moving on to Fight Club. Okay, I have to admit that this was my least favorite part of the movie. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, because I did like how they went in, and the one guy, I don't remember his name, but I loved him so much. He was all like, I knew it. And the whole time I'm all like, is there a Fight Club going on? Because I'd get in on that shit. I'd be like, I'll get the shit beat out of me for $20 or whatever. Right? And I didn't like, the thing that I didn't like about the Fight Club was the chasing around, throwing the egg and everything. Okay. I didn't like that. I think
it was supposed to resemble like hot potato. Like,
maybe you thought about this more than I did, because that's what she said. And then because when they were just like throwing, I was like I just wanted to fast forward. Like, I was like, I'm not interested in this at all. Like, I'm like,
I was like, I think this is supposed to be like hot potato or keep away or something.
I mean, now that you say that, that's. Yeah,
that makes
really
total sense.
Yeah, that's clever.
Yep,
yeah, that's clever. I like that. I like that a lot.
So wait, Matt, is your sister the smarter one then? Is that what you're saying?
Of course she is. She graduated summa cum laude or whatever.
I have a master's.
Yeah, look at you. Ask her what she does for a living. Anyways, Vetta, what do you do for a living?
I am a stay-at-home mother with a degree, a bachelor in science and a master's in library and informational sciences.
Wasted money. Anyways, look at all that debt.
I love to learn.
That's fine. I'm not judging. I just like to make fun of you. It's the thing. Anyways,
ask Matthew what he got his first certificate in. Come on, Matt. You want to pull it out?
All right. That's what she said. Anyways, so
no, your sister
I didn't. I said she, not as in you, fucker. It was a massage therapy, and I'm not a massage therapist. I just give out hand jobs on the side. Anyways,
that's why you got the certificate. So
it's legal now. Anyways, okay. So,
Oh, you guys.
okay. I don't. Okay. So I loved. Okay, I want to talk about when they get on the bridge to
Okay.
do the exchange, right?
Yes.
The hostage exchange. It's not an
Yes.
exchange though. I don't know what to call it though.
Am I the only person that thought this was a very public place for an
Yes.
It
exchange?
was, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I loved I forgot that this wasn't the end of the movie. When I watched this, I literally thought this was the end of the movie.
I did too.
Until Dexter showed up, which I want to talk about.
Oh,
But real quick, when Gary gets shot, I literally forgot about the fact that he didn't die, and I was like, "Oh my God, Gary!" I was
Me
like,
too.
"Gary's
Yep.
dead." I was like, "I forgot about this part and everything."
Yep.
I was like, I was sad for a hot minute, and then he was all like, "You see what that is?" And they're like, "It's a blood. Is that a capsule?" Or I don't remember what they said, but and he's like, "It's a blood capsule or whatever." And I love how what did he exchange those two felons for?
Some time off their parole.
Their parole.
Which
Yeah.
I'm all like, Gary, that's not how that works, Gary.
Nope.
Okay,
It's sure not.
okay. You don't get to shave off time to play. Okay, that's okay. But at the same time, loved it. And then I feel like he cemented his place in game night after that moment. Like they're just like, "Oh, Gary, look at you," and everything. And I loved at the end with the videotape, and it was just him rehearsing him sliding across the car, which I was like,
I loved that.
yeah, I was like, Gary, man, commitment, man.
Yeah, he was all in. All
Yeah,
in,
he was.
100%.
But yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I loved it so much.
And
Okay.
I feel like that's something most people would do that were like Gary level of wanting friends because
Yes.
they want it to be perfect and look cooler than they are.
Yes.
Right on.
I
Yeah,
agree.
no. Yeah, it was super fun. I loved every minute of it. It was so much fun. Okay, so when Dexter showed up, because I thought this was the end of the movie, when Dexter showed up, I was like, "Hey, Dexter's in this movie. I forgot about Dexter." Real quick. Did any other of you laugh like hysterically when they braked and then the egg just went flying and then shattered into a million pieces?
No, here's what I went. I was watching it on my iPad next to cannoli, and I go, "Oh shit!"
That's
When
good.
I'm like, nothing. The
That's
egg just
funny.
broke.
That's funny. That's good.
Yeah.
Nope,
That's good.
I laughed and went, "You dummies."
Right, yeah, no, I laughed so hard because I was like, "That's so good." I forgot about that. It was good. It was good. So okay, so then Dexter shows up and he takes Brooks. Oh, such a horrible name. To the airport to get him on a private jet, not eco-friendly apparently. And,
Of course not.
right?
A criminal?
And, yeah, and they try to. Okay, so I loved how Jason Bateman was all like, "I'm gonna get on." After he did that super cool move of taking out the plane and everything.
Like
Yeah.
in
with the
Taken
car.
3.
Like
Yes.
Taken 3. Yeah, so, I loved how he was all like, "I'm gonna go through the roof," and I'm like, "Why don't you just go through the door? Because still nobody's expecting you to show up, dude. Like at all and everything."
I love how Annie keeps calling him on it because he goes, "And I'm going to get the drop on him." And she's
Oh,
like,
the drop in was so funny.
right. And she's like, "Are we the type of people that we're getting the drop on people?"
Right.
Like she's trying to say to him, "This is not us."
Right? Yeah. And
I
then
love that.
yeah, and then I love how before they get onto the plane though, she's like pointing to the conveyor belt thingy.
Oh
And
my God.
I loved the slow motion, and I just because like by this point I had forgotten about all this stuff, and I was just like, "That is so funny," and then it just sat there, and I was like, "That's good." I was like, the best would be if that stupid idiot just sat there and let it hit him.
What I loved is the fact that like every time they had like a very important moment in the movie, they always used charades. when
Oh
they
yeah,
had
yeah,
to,
yeah.
like,
Oh my God,
you know,
yeah.
And I like that from the time that he asked her to marry him to the time with like telling her to turn on the belt. Everything was charades, and I like how they incorporated that in.
Yeah, no, that was super fun. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, you're right. That was really good. That was really good. So then I also loved when Rachel McAdams is outside the plane, and
Yep.
and the henchman is all like, and she's like, "I have kids." He's like, "Not
Yes.
with an ass like that."
And she's like, "Well, thank you."
Well, thank you. And I'm all like, I just want to be like, wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with an ass of a woman that's had kids. I'm like,
That's
it's still
right.
good.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
I have
They're
news
so
for you.
good.
I have seen more than enough of my friends that are super itty bitty tiny and have a baby, and they still are super super tiny. One of my
Right?
daughters daughter's really good friends, her mom and I were pregnant at the same time. Like our daughters are born 5 days apart. And I saw her at dance class and she had the cute little couple months pregnant belly. And we're literally like 2 weeks away from having babies.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I didn't know that. And someone asked her, they go, oh my gosh, you're the most cutest pregnant girl ever. When are you due? And she's like, I'm due in like 3 weeks. And I went home and cried because I'm as big as a house. I look like I'm having quadruplets. And she looked like she was a kid playing pregnancy. And I told my husband that, and he goes, to add salt to the wound, he goes, no, I just saw her at Target last week. She is not pregnant.
Oh.
Well, hey, listen. When it comes to an ass, I like a 9 to 5 ass, like a really big ass. You know what
There
I'm
you
saying?
go.
And let's
There you
be
go.
honest. Like when it comes to men, like it doesn't matter if you have a big ass or a little ass. Either way, we're fucking. You know what I'm saying?
My husband likes a big ass, so I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm fine
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so. And then, like, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed so hard also when that henchman got sucked up into the engine because I was
Oh
like,
my
oh,
God.
I was like, and then I love how she was like, yay, oh no, he died. Like she's given that commentary that you know how you watch a movie and people talk to them or a soap
Yes.
opera when people talk to themselves.
Yep.
I'm all like, that's funny because that's real life. I would have totally done that, but like, oh shit, he died in real life. So I thought that was good. Okay.
It was cute, yeah. I like
So
that.
I loved how she got the real drop on Dexter because
she sure did.
yeah, she
and she
did.
does the lovely wifely thing and points it out to her husband.
Yeah,
that
yeah, she
did
did.
it
Yeah, that's
correctly.
so true. I was gonna say that. That's so like a woman to like point it into her husband's face and be like, "You didn't get the drop. I got the drop. You didn't see how it's done and everything." But I did love that and everything. And then I also really liked how, I'm not gonna lie, like with the brothers, I liked how at the end he like was like, yeah, I made it to where you would win because I wanted you to have the car, which was his dream car.
Yep.
I was like, that is so sweet. I would do that for my brother, but I wouldn't pay this much money for it. That seems like a lot of money just to
That's
get
a
And they
lot of
wrecked
money.
it at the end. Remember, they drive it into the plane.
No, that's true.
That's
yeah,
true.
I would have just been like, here, I bought you this car, not, hey, I'm going to have this elaborate story for you to have a car and everything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I think there was one thing. Hold on, I have it in my notes somewhere that I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. Is there anything you guys wanted to talk about real quick while I think?
No.
No. Oh, I forgot to talk about him because we talk about Ryan, the dumb guy or whatever, but I really want to talk about Sarah, his date, the Irish girl, because this actress, I don't know what her name is off the top of my head, but I've seen her in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I loved her the whole time because she was like the yin to his yang because he was like super stupid. I was like, how do you get anywhere in life besides the fact that you're so
Which
gosh
is
darn
funny
adorable?
that he's so dumb because in the close scenes, again, they show a Harvard University student ID. And it's
That's
him.
now I'm wondering
wow.
how. Like how, honey? Like how'd that work out?
Well, he was a member of Phi Beta Kappa, and he paid for a lot of his grades.
There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out Tri-Tau, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so yeah, but I loved Sarah because I loved how she was ready to pay the company that did this and everything, and she brought actual cash. Which I have to be honest though, who cares around cash anymore?
Exactly.
But I go, she got so mad that he only had $17. And I was like,
$17.
he wasn't taking you like to dinner. You were going to game night at his friend's house. Did you think
That's
it was
a
an
good point.
admissions fee?
That's that admission. That's good. Plus, I mean, like, even if he did take her to dinner, he could just like, charge it. You know what I'm saying? Don't we all?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Sarah, but I just really, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna. Oh, one thing I want to talk about. I forgot to mention it. So Max and Annie are trying to have a baby this whole time, right?
Yep.
So
I loved how at the end, I loved how they hooked up their baby doctor with Brooks. Or what's it? Yeah, Brooks.
Because his their infertility doctor was super inappropriate.
Super.
Oh my
gosh,
God. Her brother during their doctor's appointment.
Yeah, it was very
she
inappropriate.
was.
Yeah.
When she said on a trial separation, no, honey, if you're asking other people to set you up, you have checked out. You're not trying to end
right.
it.
Yeah.
100%.
That's so true.
100%.
So yeah, okay. All right. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about with this movie?
No.
No, I think you summed it up for me. I
Right
mean,
on.
I like the barfing part. That just, I don't know, that just really made me laugh.
Yeah, no,
But-
yeah,
I
for
just
sure.
love the guy from the streets point of view because it totally doesn't look like she's sewing up his arm and gagging from it.
I don't know why that part just stuck out to me, but it was funny. It made me giggle.
Yeah, no, that part is great. Okay, well, but then guys, we're gonna wrap it up really quick there. Before we get out of here, you guys, Sassy, where can everybody find you at?
Sure. So you can find me on YouTube at Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch, or on Twitter at Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch, and just come follow me, and I always have fun stuff to talk about. So yeah, this was great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I love your Sunday streams. They're always a good time.
Thank you.
They always make me laugh.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah. And now, you guys, real quick, all of her links will be in the description down below. But thank you so much, you guys, for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BSDrunkPod to stay updated. Now, if you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review, guys. It really helps us out a lot, and, monetarily wise, and we really appreciate it a lot. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. Like and subscribe, like I said before, and that is at YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, you guys, we have started a Patreon, and now we have plenty of levels for everybody, whatever your, interests are. And what we do there is we review movie franchises. So we've done, we've done Ghostbusters, we've done Scream, we've done Bring It On, all the good stuff. Go and check it out if you want to or whatnot, and everything. You'll like and everything. But most importantly, guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All